And welcome to the show. Welcome to this Monday edition of LTN. Glad you could stop by today, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. Trust your weekend was not wasteful, and that you figured out things to do that were in the betterment of your health. Like here in Tampa, not going outside during the thunderstorm and getting struck by lightning. My God, it was like end of days around here.
Yeah, one guy got struck and 6 people were injured over there in Clearwater Beach.
I'm making a joke.
I thought you were serious.
No, I'm making a joke.
Yeah, no, that really happened.
Oh my God, I swear to you, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I could tell the way you were talking. I was like, I don't think he knows.
I don't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, over in Clearwater Beach. He actually got hit by lightning, and then 6 people around. No.
He did not.
No.
Oh, my God.
That's the lightning capital of the world here.
I was making a joke about me because I stepped outside and where I live, right at the house, and I live near a preserve, and, you know, there's a lot of wildlife, and, like, right before the storm, everything got dead quiet. You didn't hear any animal, nothing, dead quiet, and then boom. And then I happened to step out, and lightning was dropping, and I said, I got to get back in the house. I swear to you, I did not know that, and I didn't mean no disrespect. I didn't know.
Yeah, we thought you did.
No. And
I
then,
could tell by the way he was telling his story that he had no idea.
And then 6 people that were in the surrounding area.
No, well, one and then 5 people around. Yeah,
It really was like a light show, though. It was scary out there. I could see it from like inside my house. The lightning was just everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
In one of the 2 houses ago, where I used to live 2 houses ago, this is, I swear to you, the backyard. My mother and I would talk about this. The backyard was a lightning zone. People say, oh, lightning never strikes in the same spot. We have a tree to prove otherwise. Lightning hit that tree more times than I have since. And just killed the tree, and then would drop in the yard in certain places all the time. We would never go out. My mother I'd be cutting the grass, and it would start to rain. Man, she'd come out there, and she would be all over me. You need to come in the house. Because we both knew that it was dangerous. People think being struck by lightning, he died.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I did not know that. It was severe, the weather. And it seems to becoming more severe and intense. There's a difference, by the way, between weather and climate change. Those are not the same concept, and they get conflated. We should not do that. I mention this climate change because it's an issue that falls in a category of, being controversial, for lack of another way to do this, to set this up. I'm going to try to talk about a concept that's a little complicated, but I think it has relevance to each and every one of us. And climate change, genetically modified organisms, vaccines, these are, how can I say, illustrative of the kinds of issues that spark controversy, that spark people to sometimes go after one another with more enthusiasm than they should. And being in that kind of debate, it depends on who's on the other side of the interaction sometimes. If you're talking with somebody who virtually doesn't know anything about the topic, that's one thing, compared to talking with somebody who may be an expert. But you know what? Whether somebody completely ignorant or an expert sometimes won't make a difference in what kind of impact you will have. on trying to persuade that person. And on this show, these controversial health issues come up all the time. And I've had over the years to try to figure out a way to talk about them without alienating the audience, while at the same time going on record with my own view and not just running down the middle of the road on the white line playing it safe. And I thought, long before I got my PhD in communication, my mother taught me many things. And she often would tell me, that's not what you say, it's how you say it. Well, it turns out that that's a big principle in communication theory. You're nonverbal. How you say things, other than the message itself, the content, how you express that message seems to have a greater impact on how you connect or disconnect with people and the nature of the relationship you will forge with them. And and I'm a big believer in persuasion, trying to persuade people. Now, I've laid several ideas out there on the table to set this up. Headline in the New York Times, in an article, by Aaron Carroll. He wrote a terrific article. Title of the article is Health Facts Aren't Enough. Should Persuasion Become a Priority? Health facts aren't enough. Should persuasion become a priority? On this show, and Gary will tell you, Katie, anybody affiliated with the show, that this is an evidence-based show. They both have been in radio. They've worked other shows. And they've worked for people, hosts, talent, on-air talent, that walk in and just pop off opinions. All day. That's all they do. It's a fact-free zone for them. Claims that are fact-free and filled with lies. And those are different. But fact-free claims, for example, they'll just come on air and pop stuff off. Katie is familiar with that approach, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so is Gary, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Gary has worked with some named talent in the industry, and we won't mention any names here. Now, on this show, I work mightily not to make it about me, make it about the audience, make it about the issues, and try to do that with evidence. Why? Because what I'm trying to do, and I've said this to you, I've shared this with you, is not to inform, but to persuade. It's about persuasion. And that's a different agenda. Informing somebody and persuading somebody are two different phenomena, two different processes, two different experiences, and require different strategies and tactics. When you persuade, surely information gets shared. It gets conveyed. But you're not there just to give somebody facts. You're there to change their mind or change their behavior. And I've often said, even though this is an evidence-based show, I know that facts aren't, this article is on point, and I'm going to unpack it even more for you. It could be a little uncomfortable, but we got to go there. Sometimes the facts aren't enough, and you got to do other things persuasively. I'll explain.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen. with aged garlic extract. Aged garlic extract has been clinically shown to support a healthy immune response and reduce both the duration and severity of cold and flu symptoms. Help me protect you with Kyolic supplements and nutritional drink mixes to fortify your immune health today. Available at fine natural health retailers.
The science of psychology tells us there is a connection between looking more attractive and having more self-confidence. One way to look more attractive is to have healthy-looking hair. Ridgecrest Herbal's award-winning Hair Revive can support healthy, attractive hair. Hair Revive is formulated with a stress-fighting complex, hair growth ingredients, a hormone balancing complex, and Chinese herbs. Taken together, the ingredients in Hair Revive promote hair growth, encourage healthier, thicker-looking hair, and support recovery from damaging hairstyling techniques, harsh chemicals, and daily stress. So start looking more attractive with healthier, thicker, and shinier hair with Ridgecrest Herbal's Hair Revive. Visit rcherbals.com for more information or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad. That's 1-800-242-4649. This is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Way too often, dietary supplements cost way too much. Not so at Vitamin Discount Center. Here's why. VDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. Competitors' prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off VDC's already discounted prices. VDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with VDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Want to get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult? Try PGX from Natural Factors. This revolutionary product is clinically shown to help people achieve their ideal body weight in a safe, natural way. PGX helps you feel full for hours, dramatically reduces the glycemic index of any food or meal, and ultimately causes the release of the compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. 1, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and 2, improving the action of the hormone insulin. As medical doctor Mark Hyman said in his best-selling book, Eat Fat, Get Thin, if you choose to use only one supplement, PGX is the most important. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, you need the tremendous support of PGX from Natural Factors. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, visit pgx.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. North American Herb and Spice, wellness for life. Natural Factors, where great health begins. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
So, we all sometimes find ourselves in a situation where we're trying to persuade somebody. This is what I do for a living. That's what the show's about, as I explained. And then sometimes you find yourself being the persuadee. Somebody's trying to persuade you. How susceptible or how willing or how open are you to being persuaded on an issue? I'm trying. You can see I'm measuring my words here and trying to say things that are rhetorically appropriate and sensitive. Okay. Health facts aren't enough. Should persuasion become a priority? There is some research out there that suggests that people who have the least understanding of science, for example, will oppose it. They will oppose it more so than those who do know, and they also think that they know the most about science. Now, there is some research to support what I just said. This is in an article, and I'm going to give him attribution. He wrote a terrific article. Aaron Carroll in the New York Times. Aaron is a wonderful writer here. In a published paper this year, it was in Nature Human Behavior. Scientists asked 500 people who live in the United States their thoughts about foods, right in our wheelhouse here, that contain genetically modified organisms. The vast majority of people that they interviewed or surveyed, more than 90%, opposed the use of genetically modified organisms. The belief is in conflict with the consensus of scientists. Almost 90% of scientists believe GMOs are what? Safe, good, and can be of great benefit to humanity.
Seedless watermelons.
Whatever. Seedless watermelons, whatever. Making crops grow faster, making crops more durable. There's all sorts of things. A second study, the second finding of that study was, even as the writer of the article, Aaron Carroll, says, more eye-opening. Those who were most opposed to genetically modified foods believed that they were the most knowledgeable about genetically modified foods. Yet, they scored the lowest on actual tests of scientific knowledge about genetically modified foods. Okay? You following me so far? Do you know anybody like this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. In other words, people with the least understanding of science and had the most science-opposed views about genetically modified foods, or probably most anything. But they thought and believed that they knew the most. Now, when you're trying to persuade somebody like that, it's very difficult. And then Mr. Carroll points out, he said, quote, lest anyone think this is only an American phenomenon, the study was also conducted in France and Germany with similar results. In other words, it seems to be one element or feature of the nature of human nature. Here's another example. The point here is unlikely to change your minds and probably enrage some, Mr. Carroll says, some readers and maybe here some listeners. A small percentage of the public believes that vaccines are truly dangerous. A small percentage. The people who believe this also believe they know more than the experts about the topic. That's done through survey research. They found that out. Take supplements. Many Americans take supplements, but the reasons are wide and varied and not linked to any hard evidence. Most people who take supplements say they are unaffected by claims from experts contradicting the claims of manufacturers. Only a quarter said that they would stop using supplements if experts said they were ineffective. Mr. Carroll says then, quote, apparently these people think they must know better, close quote. We talk about supplements on this show all the time. Now, the message here is that what they've learned from the research is that people who seem to know the least about something, whether it's supplements, whether it's GMOs, whether it's climate change, whatever, whoever knows the least think that they know the most about it, and they know more than the experts do. This is called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Dunning and Kruger were two researchers who wrote a seminal paper, back in 1999, and this was the title of the paper: Knowing Less but Presuming More. Dunning-Kruger effects and the endorsement. Well, that's a different study. I'll strike what I just said. I'll give you the title of their particular paper, which was Unskilled and Unaware of It. Difficulty in recognizing one's own incompetence leads to inflated self-assessments. Oh my goodness. I've dealt with that a lot in my career with people. I'll be right back.
Sluggish when you wake. It's non-addictive, completely natural, and leaves you feeling energetic and ready to take on the day. To place your order, to find out where to find Happenall in your area, call 1-800-243-5242, 800-243-5242, or visit us at oregonol.com.
1250 WHNZ. Online at WHNZ.com. On your phone with the iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. An iHeartRadio station.
Hey friends, this is Frank Cotto, the host of the Business Happy Hour. Myself, Ryan Pelkey, and Doug Ford will be live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. We're the #1 show for business and entrepreneurship in Tampa, so tune in every Wednesday on 1250 live at 11 a.m.
News on 1250 WHNZ.
8 people are hurt after a lightning strike on the Gulf Coast. They were at Clearwater Beach on Sunday afternoon when the bolt struck from the sky. 1 man was hit directly. He's in critical condition. 4 others were taken to the hospital with burn injuries. Court clerks around Florida are working to get unclaimed funds back into the hands of citizens before the money gets sent away to Tallahassee. Tom Scherberger with the Hillsborough Court Clerk's Office says
they will find a link to a list that details exactly how many unclaimed funds we have and who they belong to.
The most common amount is $15, the standard fee for the first day of jury duty. The Judicial Qualifications Commission is recommending Broward Circuit Court Judge Gina Hawkins be suspended without pay for grabbing an employee by the neck and shaking him. With Florida's News, I'm Chris Trankman.
From the 1250 WHNZ Florida Central Auto Loans Traffic Center.
Delays on the westbound Summit Expressway approaching 78th Street. That's all due to a crash being moved out of your way. Also a minor crash in Brandon on westbound State Road 60 just before I-75. And we're seeing delays still on northbound 275 just off the Howard Franklin Bridge. It lightens up right around State Road 60. See traffic problems, call the injury firm Abrahamson Gilroy Hillsborough. Traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
This report is sponsored by Truly Nolan Pest Control.
Termites are hard to deal with on your own, so let the experts at Truly Nolan get rid of termites before they get in. Schedule a free inspection today at TrulyNolan.com and get $100 off termite control. Truly Nolan, family owned since 1938.
Pros do it right by having what you need for any job on hand, so you're spending more time on the job site than away from it. Lowe's is here to help by stocking job lot quantities of treated lumber, fencing, and decking, and at the right prices. Get volume savings on your next job at the Pro Desk, or save time by ordering at Lowe'sForPros.com. Have your order delivered or pick it up in store. Our dedicated pro loaders will load you up and get you back to the job site where you're needed most. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's, U.S. only.
Napa know-how.
At Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers, get a $25 prepaid Visa card when you get any Napa Automotive battery. It's the best deal for some of the best batteries from some of the best car people around. But we might be a little partial. Anywho, pick up any Napa Automotive battery and save $25. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers while supplies last. Offer ends 8/31/19.
From the Weather Center, Abrahamson and Uterwick, theinjurylawyers.com, serving your community, Pinellas Hillsborough.
Your Tampa Bay forecast, a mix of sun and clouds today with a 40% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, high 91. Tonight, clearing skies, low 76. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a 50-50 rain chance with a high 90. For more news, weather, and traffic, tune to WFLA at 94.5 in St. Pete, 105.9 in Tampa, or 99.1 in Newport Richey.
This report is sponsored by Ashley Home Store.
Ashley Home Store is breaking all the rules by bringing Black Friday to July. It's your last chance to save up to 50% or get no interest for 72 months with no minimum purchase. Hurry in, shop, and save today. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Gordon Deal here. If you listen to This Morning, America's First News, weekday mornings on 1250 WHNZ, and hopefully you do, you may have noticed you're hearing more of Jennifer Kashenka. Jen, why is that?
Gordon, I'm the morning anchor of Your Money Now on 1250 WHNZ. We update news that affects the markets and, of course, your money at 23 past the hour during This Morning with Gordon Deal.
Your Money Now, weekday mornings on 1250 WHNZ.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. Ancient Nutrition, nutrition for a modern world. Reviva Labs, the natural skincare authority. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show and whatever you may be doing. I'm trying to talk about, it's a complicated concept, and put some spotlight on ourselves in terms of what we think we know and how do we deal with situations where someone's trying to persuade us or we're trying to persuade somebody else, but somebody's trying to persuade us about something and we disagree. The parties disagree. And this is important because in the world of health, wellness, well-being, the world of medicine generally, there's a lot of science, there's a lot of facts. But there is also a lot of beliefs that are fact-free and a lot of myths, consequently. And people make decisions based on these beliefs that they have. Some of those decisions could be have tragic outcomes. They could cause a person to harm themselves. They could cause a person not to seek the right treatment. There are some people who, for example, believe that chemo and radiation are ineffective in curing cancer, and then they go and seek some alternative treatment. They believe that. Most of science would disagree with them. Right? We have examples where people tried that. Steve Jobs is one of them. He had pancreatic cancer. He believed that chemo and radiation, I'm not sure what he believed, but he chose not to do that initially and went off to do some alternative therapy. Wasn't working. Then he resorted to traditional therapy. It was too late. So my point is that oftentimes we have certain beliefs about something. In this case, it could be food, it could be health, wellness, health related, that could serve us well, but if wrong, could be harmful to us and deleterious in the long run. The question is, are you open to being persuaded? And are you allowing your own ignorance and incompetence about the subject get in the way of allowing yourself to change. Now, this goes on all the time with human beings. In this paper by Kruger and Dunning, it's called the Kruger-Dunning effect, where people who know the least tend to claim that they know more than the experts and know most about the subject, although they know the least about it. They give an example. So back in 95, there was this fellow by the name of MacArthur Wheeler. He walks into two banks in Pittsburgh, where I grew up, and robbed them in broad daylight. He made no attempt to disguise himself. None. Cameras all over the place. And he walks in and he robs these two banks. Middle of the day, broad daylight. They finally catch him later that night. Wasn't hard to do. Didn't take Inspector Clouseau to get him. Less than an hour after the videotapes of him were taken from surveillance cameras, were broadcast on 11 o'clock area news, they caught him. When police later showed him the surveillance tapes, Mr. Wheeler stared in incredulity, as they say in the article. Then he quote him, "But I wore the juice," he said. He mumbled that. And the detectives were, I'm not sure what he was talking about. When they asked him to explain, he said, "Well, I put lemon juice all over my face." "And why did you do that, Mr. Wheeler?" "Because lemon juice makes you invisible to the surveillance cameras." That's what he believed. He had probably heard that somewhere. At that time, there was not much internet. I doubt he had it on the internet, but that's what he believed. Well, that piece of ignorance caused him to get caught. And he believed it. I mean, he actually believed that. Now, this brings up a number of unfortunate points, or not unfortunate, but 3 points can be made about this. The first two are not very controversial, that in many parts of life, success and satisfaction depend on knowledge and wisdom, right? And savvy in knowing what to do, what rules to follow, which strategies to pursue. That makes common good sense, right? Second, people will differ widely in the knowledge and strategies they apply to these issues or domains in life, with varying levels of success. Some of the knowledge and theories that people apply to their actions are sound and met with favorable results, they write in the article. Others, like the lemon juice hypothesis of Mr. Wheeler, are imperfect at best and wrong-headed, incompetent, or dysfunctional at worst. And then the third point, which is the controversial point, one that is the focus of the study by Kruger and Dunning. They argue that when people are incompetent in the strategies they adopt to achieve success and satisfaction, they suffer a dual burden. Not only do they reach erroneous conclusions and make unfortunate choices, they write, but their incompetence robs them of the ability to realize it. I often would say to my students, it's one thing to be ignorant. If you're ignorant, that means you don't know. It's another thing to be stupid. When we do things that are just stupid, foolish, no basis in reality, no facts, you just do stupid stuff. When you're ignorant and stupid together, then you're too dumb to know what to do. This is sort of what they're saying, that our own incompetence leads us to ignore the facts, that our ignorance and incompetence are our worst enemy, and sometimes we don't even know that we're incompetent. People who believe X, Y, or Z, they believe vaccines are horrible. They believe that GMO foods are poison. Those beliefs go against the body of science in both those domains. So what do you do? Are they wrong? It's not a matter of right or wrong. It's a matter of how do you find the truth if you're not open to the journey for truth? If you've made up your mind and sealed off any attempt to try to change your mind, because changing your mind is very uncomfortable. It's an admission that, you know what, maybe I was wrong. This is one of the biggest challenges anybody faces in their life, and you have to be aware of it. And I wanted to raise it so we all are aware of our own incompetence and ignorance. I'll be back.
$7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
The science of psychology tells us there is a connection between looking more attractive and having more self-confidence. One way to look more attractive is to have healthy-looking hair. Ridgecrest Herbal's award-winning Hair Revive can support healthy, attractive hair. Hair Revive is formulated with a stress-fighting complex, hair growth ingredients, a hormone balancing complex, and Chinese herbs. Taken together, the ingredients in Hair Revive promote hair growth, encourage healthier, thicker-looking hair, and support recovery from damaging hairstyling techniques, harsh chemicals, and daily stress. So start looking more attractive with healthier, thicker, and shinier hair with Ridgecrest Herbal's Hair Revive. Visit rcherbals.com for more information or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad. That's 1-800-242-4649.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
Did you know that you have 3 brains? Yes, you heard right. Exciting new research reveals you have 3 brains: your head brain, your heart brain, and your gut brain. These 3 brains are like an orchestra with billions of neurons working together to create a harmonic symphony. This intricate relationship between these 3 brains impacts your mental, emotional, and physical health. The 3 Brain Supplements from Natural Factors is a bold new innovation in mental health. It provides a whole-body approach to balance brain health and well-being. Start with the 3 Brains Total Kit, which includes 5 supplements that are essential for 3 brain health. The kit provides foundational support for all 3 of your brains. Then, depending on your unique needs, choose from Higher Thoughts to enhance brain performance, Mental Sunshine for healthy mood balance, Serene Mind to relieve stress-related fatigue, or The Best Sleep for restful sleep. Learn more at 3brainshealth.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Way too often, dietary supplements cost way too much. Not so at Vitamin Discount Center. Here's why. VDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. competitors, prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off BDC's already discounted prices. BDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with BDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Is that a cue? Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Brian Aliciano is my guest. I'm going to bring him right on. Brian, thank you for your patience. Oops. There you go. How are you doing, pal?
I'm doing good. Hopefully the connection's better this time.
Yes, I saw your post on my Facebook page with you and your wife and your child. It was a lovely photograph. You have a lovely family.
Thank you.
They're everything. I know that. Yep. That's why you get up and go to work every day.
Yes, sir.
I know you came to talk. I know I'm good. Thanks for asking. Caught me off guard. Nobody asks. Nobody writes. Nobody calls. I know you came to talk about Celsius. I will tie this into the product in a minute. If you can just be patient with me. Sure. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask Gary, and I'm going to ask Katie. Have you ever held a belief that you strongly believed in, that you firmly thought was the truth, and you held it for a long time, and then one day you realized, you know what? You were wrong, that belief was wrong, and you changed your mind and you abandoned it. Have you ever done that?
Sure I have. I'd have to think about what it would be. I'm like you. I like to go by facts on something. So
okay. But
I tend to lean towards, tell me why it does.
Have you ever believed, okay, I get that. Have you ever believed, think about that for a second. Let me ask Gary. Have you ever believed something, you firmly thought it was the truth, it was the right thing, and that belief was ingrained in your head for years and years, and then one day you changed your mind? You need a mic.
Yes. I have to pod my mic down when he's on. So.
Okay. I know you do. Can you share that belief, or is it too sensitive?
No, I can. I arrested a guy because his wife said that he was stalking her, and we went to trial almost 2 years later, and come to find out it wasn't him. It was somebody she was having an affair with. That broke it off.
But you believed what?
That it was the ex-husband.
And you were wrong.
We were wrong.
And you changed your mind.
Oh, yeah.
When you saw the evidence, you changed your mind.
Oh, yeah. And if it wasn't for cell phone technology, the guy would have did about 15 years in jail.
Okay. Katie, you ever had a belief, the question, that you firmly believed, you held on to it for years, and then one day, boom. You've realized Can you share the belief?
I can't think of one that I've done over the years, but I actually just had one of these over the weekend. I was arguing with my mom about something, and for the entire weekend, it was about an appointment that we have later in the week. Told her all weekend what time it was. I was like, Mom, I'm positive this is what time it is. Yeah. And finally, last night, she proved her point. And I was wrong. I admitted that I was wrong, but I do have...
Listen, I'm going to give you...
Mother's always right.
Thank you very much. Yes. Taking the concept of energy drinks. Okay? Now we can get to why you came here. And using this story that I've been reporting on, that incompetence leads to inflated self-assessments. Incompetence and ignorance together lead to terrible conclusions and terrible consequences. And our own incompetence blinds us. The research shows in these studies that I'm referencing this morning, our own incompetence blinds us to our ignorance. We're not even aware how ignorant we are of this belief and how wrong-headed it is because of our own incompetence. And that people who are the most incompetent, Brian, tend to think that they know more than the experts and know most about it, better than anybody else, which is kind of ironic. You take energy drinks. Let's use that. You have had to deal with this. There are a number. Tell me some of the beliefs about energy drinks that you know are wrong.
I'll tell you one that a lot of people think is that caffeine is bad for you.
Bingo! Ding ding! Move to the front of the class. You get the desk in the front of the room. Right on. Wonderful point. Many believe that caffeine is bad for you. Hence, they do what? They bash energy drinks, and nobody should ever drink them. They should be banned from the planet, and Brian Aliciano should be put in jail for selling them.
Correct.
I wouldn't stand for that. You have a lovely family. You can't go to jail. That's a wonderful point. How has your company tried to get past that? What has it done to persuade the general public that Celsius contains caffeine and is a wonderful, healthy energy drink?
Right. It goes back to what I said earlier about science. People can argue the fact of an energy drink, but whenever you have a product like ours that has 6 university studies to back up all the things we have, including why it has caffeine in there as a health benefit, that right there should pretty much shut everybody up.
But you know what, Brian? You know what? The least persuasive argument you could make to somebody, let's say you're out in the field working. You go to a trade show, you go to the Arnold Classic, or you go someplace, right? And somebody comes up to your booth and say, you know what? You guys that sell energy drinks, and Celsius included, in fact, Celsius, first and foremost, should be banned from the plant because these drinks are dangerous. And they go on, and then you try to explain to them, wait a minute, we got 6 universities. You go, you know what? That's the least persuasive argument you could make. It sounds counterintuitive what I said, right? You would think that the facts, it would take the facts will straighten this person's head out and make them understand that these drinks are not dangerous when made properly with the right amount of caffeine under the right, and you got science behind it. There's no doubt in your mind. You would give your daughter, if she was old enough, you would have her drink the drink, wouldn't you?
For sure.
And
For
your
sure.
wife, you love your wife. You love your wife. You let her. You don't tell her, honey, don't drink this stuff, do you?
Oh, no, she loves it. She drinks it every day.
Okay. So, one of the challenges in doing this show, and one of the challenges that you have, whether you realize it or not, is that while you and I believe in our heart of hearts that the facts will help persuade and that the science will convince people about the point you want to make, oftentimes you might be trying to persuade somebody that is so incompetent in their understanding and knowledge that they don't even realize how ignorant they are, and they're not a candidate to be persuaded. And the last thing that will influence them are the facts, are the science. So the question becomes, Brian, how do you get to those people? How do you persuade them? How do you get them to change their mind and their behavior? That is the $64,000 question. So I told you I would tie it to your product. And by the way, Celsius is a great product. It's got caffeine in it. I love it. And it does have the science. It's safe and it's effective, and the science shows that. We'll get Brian to unpack all that in the second hour. Floradex.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
The preceding was a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk Nutrition, LLC.
Hi, it's Schmidt. Join me and my good friend Robert Harwood for Win at Retirement, weekdays immediately following the Schmidt Show on 1250 WHNZ. Robert and I bring you a different kind of financial radio show. We cut through the clutter, bring you important and timely information, and best of all, Robert will teach you how to navigate challenging financial markets with the Harwood way. Looking for a better way to invest? Common sense answers that can help improve your finances and investments? Then listen to us daily. Sure, you might hear about other advisors, but once you experience the Harwood way, you'll never settle for anything less. Get a second opinion on your finances by calling the Harwood team at 800-395-4279. That's 800-395-4279, and listen to Win at Retirement the Harwood way right after the Schmidt Show at 6:06 p.m. right here on 1250 Wins WHNZ.
1250 Wins WHNZ, Tampa Bay. Available everywhere you want to listen on our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Real news, real reporting.
I'm Gary Nunn. Iran's claims of capturing CIA spies are being refuted by President Trump.
I'm Stephen Portnoy at the White House. The president rejects Iran's claim, calling it totally false. Zero truth, he tweets, just more lies and propaganda, like their shot-down drone. Last week, Iran claimed the U.S. didn't take down a drone that flew too close to the amphibious ship USS Boxer. As tensions between Iran and the West ramp up with the U.S. pullout of the 2015 nuclear deal, Secretary of State Pompeo accuses Iran of a long history of lying.
Britain is pondering how to respond to Iran's seizure of one of its oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz.
This morning, Prime Minister Theresa May is considering retaliation, including freezing Iranian assets. The seizure of the Stena Impero comes just 2 weeks after the UK's Royal Marines helped seize an Iranian tanker off the coast of Gibraltar. It's believed the vessel was carrying oil to Syria in breach of EU sanctions.
CBS's Imtiaz Tayeb in the UAE. Diplomats say that the crew remains aboard ship and is in good health. From horrific heat to high water, a storm front is moving eastward from the Midwest.
We're expecting pretty widespread thunderstorms anywhere from kind of the mid-Mississippi Valley, up the Ohio River Valley, into the mid-Atlantic and parts of the Northeast today.
Meteorologist Alex Lamers, floodwaters are swamping parts of the St. Louis area.
It was above my knee, so I got up, I climbed out my window, and I just made it outside, and my car floated across the street.
Sections of the Deep South also are on flood watch. Hundreds of thousands demonstrating in Puerto Rico today. Protesters demonstrating the resignation of Governor Ricardo Rossello following an online chat filled with obscenities that he had with allies. Singer R. Kelly due in federal court in Brooklyn, New York next month to face new sex crime charges. Denying all allegations, he faces 18 counts in New York and Illinois, where he's being held without bond right now. Kelly's crisis manager, Daryl Johnson, interviewed on CBS this morning.
They've indicted Mr. Kelly. He's in jail right now. He will have his day in court.
and they would have to bring the evidence. And that's what has to be done. If the evidence sticks, Mr. Keller will spend the rest of his life in the penitentiary.
Former Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens' body has been removed this morning to the court where he will lie in repose at the court, and funeral and burial is expected tomorrow at Arlington National Cemetery. Stevens died last week at the age of 99. Wall Street, after a half hour of trading, the Dow Industrial's up 56 points, the Nasdaq up 55. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
Bitcoin is back. Yes, it just rose to over $13,000 for the first time in over a year. Bitcoin is for real, and folks are optimistic that its value will only continue to rise. NobleBitcoin.com has always been on the front end of this digital currency curve, and are one of just a handful of companies who really see the potential for cryptocurrency. They see the budding future for rolling over your IRA or 401k into cryptocurrency. A Bitcoin IRA is a smart way to diversify your investments. The NobleBitcoin.com experts are offering a free guide on how to roll over all or a portion of your retirement account into a Bitcoin IRA. Bitcoin is real, and it's not going anywhere. Bitcoin is decentralized, which means that only you own it. No banks or central authority have control over your Bitcoin. Call 800-301-5560. Learn more about the future of Bitcoin. 800-301-5560. Noble Bitcoin, the IRA experts. Call 800-301-5560 now. Bitcoin, it's the future.
Country music news first, straight out of Nashville. Here's your Music City Minute.
Billy Ray Cyrus revealed that he has a letter framed from Johnny Cash that was written to him in 1992, and he met Johnny Cash while riding in George Jones's car. The story goes that Billy Ray received a letter from Johnny Cash without ever meeting the man dressed in black. When George Jones found out about the letter, he went and picked up Billy Ray, threw him in his car, drove him to a book signing where Johnny Cash was, and the three of them had a good laugh. Even June Carter was there and gave Billy a big hug.
That's your iHeartRadio Music City Minute.
Let's Talk Nutrition is streaming on your Amazon Echo device. Just say, Alexa, play 1250 WHNZ from iHeartRadio.
An accident westbound on the Selman near 78th Street. The right lane was blocked here. A crash partially blocks a lane eastbound on State Road 54 at Livingston. The left lane is taken up with construction northbound on I-75 at State Road 50. And there's a minor crash on Dr. King Jr. Avenue at Turner Street in Clearwater. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Edward Hillsborough traffic tip line at 866-545-9595.
This report is sponsored by Discover Home Equity Loans. Make home improvements or consolidate debt with a home equity loan from Discover Bank and NMLS ID 684042. Save with zero application fees, zero appraisal fees, and zero cash due at closing. Learn more at discoverhomeequityloans.com.
The following is a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk Nutrition, LLC. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in, starting off the week with us. One of the, this is my belief, one of the things that keeps people vital, of course, is optimism. Another that is so vital to wellness and people doing well and aging successfully throughout their life, especially as they move into the deeper sectors of the life cycle, is seeking knowledge, being willing to change, and opening yourself up to new ideas, even when those ideas can cause some cognitive dissonance or emotional discomfort. And in other words, to move outside your comfort zone and to explore. I believe that that is essential to maintaining one's wellness and one's well-being. Some may disagree with that. They think, well, in fact, that's terrible for people because all that's going to do is stress them out and that's going to make them sick. You know, you could argue that way. So I just gave you my belief. That's what I believe. Now, am I totally unknowing and unskilled about this and unaware? Am I incompetent on this issue such that I don't even realize how wrong-headed what I just shared with you is? I can tell you I don't feel this wrong-headed. I come on air and I say to you, I think you need to be open-minded and embrace new ideas, embrace even people or ideas that make you feel uncomfortable, that don't necessarily violate your morals or your values and that cause you to go rob banks and do harm to others or whatever. Ideas do have consequences, though, right? And to stay vital. Being older, getting older, aging doesn't mean that you harden your ideas to the point where that you're no longer flexible. You're no longer open. I can't imagine living like that. But what I shared in the first hour is, I know, difficult. I asked my producers if I thought if that was a terrible thing to talk about because it's complicated, and I didn't want to make it tedious for you. I was just trying to make the point that we all need to be aware of our own incompetence and our own unknowing, because our own incompetence can make us impervious to the truth. And that is a dreadful thing to happen to anybody. Ryan Aliciano is my guest today, and he was pretty smart. I asked him if he ever believed, is there something about energy drinks that people believe that is just wrong-headed in his mind? And he gave the best answer that one could give. He said, people believe caffeine is bad for you. And they have caffeine in Celsius. And he hit the bullseye dead on. So good for you, Brian. Brian's an educator for Celsius. I'm going to cut my monologue in this hour short because I took a little bit of time from you in that first hour, and I want to give you, much time as possible. So Celsius does have caffeine, and you don't run away from that, do you?
No, we don't. No, we actually use it as a health benefit.
And how so? And why do you believe that caffeine can be a health benefit? What evidence do you have?
Honestly, I encourage anybody just if they're that curious to Google it. The list is ever going on the benefits of caffeine. Obviously, starting from just black coffee beans, but just the benefits of health benefits of caffeine. The list goes on and on and on. And now I'm even reading on caffeine is good for stimulating muscle fibers for recovery. It's the newest one I just read.
Yeah, over the years, to deal with my own cognitive dissonance about drinking a Starbucks, there's five Ristretto shots in here, brother. I've talked about the benefits of caffeine. I've also talked about the harmful effects of being overstimulated with caffeine or too much caffeine and too much coffee. It can really be harmful to one's health, no doubt about it. I'm not going to let my own incompetence and ignorance get in the way of me telling the truth about that. But you're right. There's study after study about the health benefits of caffeine. Most people get most of their antioxidants, Brian, from drinking coffee. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah. That's coffee. The coffee plant is rich with antioxidants. And that's where most people get most of their antioxidants, from drinking coffee. Now, glass of wine isn't too bad, but drinking the whole bottle, not a good idea. You know, you say, well, there's resveratrol in wine, so I'm going to get snockered here, and I'm going to get all the resveratrol I can. You're going to get, you know, knocked down drunk. No, that's stupid. So we don't do those things. That's an obvious example. But I'm a fan. I like Celsius. I like the natural, the one sweetened with stevia. I find it refreshing. It does stimulate. I use it as a part of an energy drink for my pre-workout. I'll mix it in with some other things, and it works perfectly for me. You guys are doing gangbusters all over the country.
We are. We just announced we're going into 8,500 CVS locations. Going to be cold in the cooler. Dick's Sporting Goods is doing really well with us. Every gym across the country has 1 or 2 shelves of Celsius in their cooler. So
are you in hospital? Have you made your way into the vending machines in hospitals?
We are working on that next. Our next endeavor as we speak.
I asked that in a joke, and I knew that's exactly. How did I know that you were doing that? We didn't have this conversation, did we?
We did not. No, you did not. You're a smart guy. Everybody knows that.
Unbelievable. Are you trying to get into other countries?
We are, but our focus really right now is domestic. You know, do some pretty good business in Puerto Rico, which is still obviously considered the United States. We do have China and Hong Kong and locked up kind of separately as our business. So people who follow us on NASDAQ, being our ticker symbol CELH, you can read up on all the international versus domestic sales.
Unbelievable. Why do you think Celsius is so popular with young people, middle-aged, and the elderly? What the devil is going on with that drink? I see it everywhere.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
You know, people say, you know, right place, right time, and I think in this day and age, you know, just the people who follow your show, people are following your show who want more advice or information regarding health. And health is winning right now across the board. Drinks in particular. People want to drink something healthy or better for you. The better for you immediate consumption beverage or snack seems to be winning across the country right now. That's what people are after.
You know what I think? You know,
they see a Celsius drink, they'll, you know, they say, "Oh, what is this? This is healthy. This is healthier for me than a soda. Let me look into this." And they read all the benefits, and then they think, "Why haven't I been drinking this?"
Why is Celsius? And you don't have to mention a brand. Why is Celsius better than drinking a soda?
So many benefits. I mean, you know, soda just has minimal amount of caffeine, but a lot of the sodas, even the diet ones, are going to contain aspartame, which I encourage people to obviously do research on aspartame. I'm not a fan of an artificial sweetener called aspartame. And just regular sugar.
And they also contain sodium. They also contain a lot of sodium.
Correct, yeah. So, you know, we've checked marked the boxes across the board, almost too many boxes, being, you know, non-GMO, certified vegan, certified kosher, no aspartame, no artificial sweeteners or colors or dyes. I mean, the list goes on and on with our health benefits that really anyone in the age range of 18 to 80 is what we say, male or female, which is 50-50 split, can enjoy the product.
How have your competitors attacked the product? Think about that. We come back.
We're getting.
All right, we'll talk.
We're getting some competition right now.
All right, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. I'm not throwing him softballs. A lot of guests would be uncomfortable in answering that question, or having me ask that question. But that I don't care. He'll answer it. He's an honest guy. How do people attack that product? I think it's a great product. Others may think otherwise.
thermogenesis. Drinking Celsius and then going into motion is double dipping. You're accelerating the burn, and the results are even faster. Celsius is your ultimate fitness partner. No high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors. 100% of 7 essential vitamins. Proven in 6 published university studies. How does it work? Celsius proprietary MetaPlus formula, including green tea with EGCS, ginger, and guarana seed, turns on thermogenesis, a process that boosts your body's metabolic rate. Drinking Celsius prior to fitness activities is proven to energize, accelerate metabolism, burn body fat and calories. Invest in yourself. Drink Celsius. Look for us at www.celsius.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. North American Herb and Spice, wellness for life. Natural Factors, where great health begins. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Gargo.
So it is summertime, and people look for these refreshing, satisfying beverages to cool off, and they're on vacation, and they're looking for something to drink, and you go to a vending machine, can be even in other countries, and what you see is a lot of soda. And then you might come across some of these energy drinks that really can screw up your day, given what the compounds, the chemicals that are found in them. And then there's Celsius. Of course, it's not just for summer, but I'm a fan, and they are a sponsor of the show, so, I'd let you know my bias here. And this is one, I don't know of any other energy drink that has 6 clinical trials to show its safety, its effectiveness, and especially its contribution to weight loss. I know of no other. Now, I'm not saying it's not out there. I don't know of it. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But there are 6 clinical trials with this product. That's unheard of in this category. Brian, welcome back. Brian Aliciano is educator for Celsius. What are some of the criticisms that your competitors launch against your product?
Well, it's funny you ask that because you talk about 6 university studies or clinical studies. But I don't know of any other supplement sports nutrition companies out there that have those claims.
Me either.
But there are some top selling sports nutrition companies that are using a campaign slogan as proven. And I asked, what's the proven? Please tell me what's proven. So in that sense, people are learning that Celsius has 6 university studies, and they realize that they don't have the claims that we do. So they're trying to kind of attack us in a way by using our mantra of being clinically proven, but with a proven slogan.
So they're using.
So comical.
So it's not necessarily a criticism. They're trying to compete with you by making a claim of quote unquote proven, but no clinical data to support the claim that it's been proven.
Correct. It's more of a marketing campaign with proven, with T-shirts and point-of-sale material and advertising. All about proven for their product, but nothing is really clinically proven in the ingredients.
Whereas Celsius, and you can go to Celsius.com, and there you can find the studies, not just an abstract. You can get the whole study if you want to read it. I've looked at those several times now. And one of the things that's proven there are 2 things proven in those, there are 2 things that are supported in those studies. 1, that Celsius is safe, and 2, that it's effective in providing energy, or there's 3, and 3, that it contributes to weight loss. Aren't those essentially the 3 things that have been found that the data seem to, that you can conclude from the data?
Correct. Okay. Yeah, those would be the 3 highlights. There's a few more, but those would be the 3 that I would always lean on. And the third one that you said about weight loss, the big one that stands out is the studies have been shown that one can equals around a burning factor of about 100 calories when we did the test.
Okay. So, in other words, someone consuming this drink, compared to drinking a soda, you say it's only 100 calories, but if they drank a soda, they could consume a heck of a lot more calories and sodium and really wipe out any effort to try to lose weight. This doesn't undermine any weight loss program. In fact, it would support a weight loss program. You're not claiming that drinking Celsius will overcome the obesity epidemic. You're just saying that doesn't get in the way of any weight loss management strategy, right?
Correct. Yeah, actually, I probably say about 4 years ago, Celsius was marketed as the negative calorie drink for that reason.
The negative.
We're not trying to cure obesity, but we want to be, in someone's refrigerator that is currently living a fit lifestyle or someone who is aspiring to do so. And I think it goes back to what you asked me earlier. Why Celsius? Why is Celsius emerging? I think more and more people in the United States are realizing that we have a health issue and that people are aspiring to live fit.
Yeah, you guys market it as a fitness drink, or what do you call it?
Correct.
A fitness?
Yeah, fitness drink or fit lifestyle drink.
Fit lifestyle drink.
We're learning that people are just having it throughout their day, not so much just before a workout, but just as a nice beverage to complement their day.
I said this one time to you. You don't have to drink the whole can all at once, do you?
You don't. You don't, but I always do.
You do, though. I know. And all of the Celsius drinks effervescent or otherwise sparkling? What's the other term that's used?
Yes, sparkling, carbonated.
Carbonated. Thank you. Carbonated is what I was looking for. Bubbly.
Right. We have two flavors of our original lineup that are non-carbonated. There are green tea offerings, which comes in peach mango green tea and a raspberry acai green tea. Those flavors do phenomenal. Actually, peach mango green tea is #1 selling right now at Dick's Sporting Goods.
And is it green tea or is it just a flavor of peach mango green tea?
Well, we do have green tea in there as well.
Oh, you do?
It is the peach mango green tea flavor. And we use natural flavor.
So, pick one of the any other one. Name one.
Kiwi guava. Probably my favorite.
All right. What is the ingredient? What are the ingredients in that product? What's the liquid? Is it all water? What is it?
Yes, well, it starts with water, and we have a premix. So our premix, and this is what has been clinically proven. So it's over 2 grams of premix. That's our proprietary blend. And what we have is we add that premix to our co-packer, and they make it with, obviously, it's water. It goes through a carbonation tunnel, and then that is comprised and then canned with the carbonation to create that carbonation effect.
There you go. We'll come back. We'll talk some more. And I'll have the LTN Health question of the day.
Don't be stressed out.
WHNZ. Online at WHNZ.com. On your phone with the iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. An iHeartRadio station.
Hi, it's Schnitt. Join Robert Harwood from the Harwood Financial Group and me for a daily blueprint for your finances. A topical radio show that helps put you on the right track financially. Win at retirement right after the Schnitt Show. Weekdays, 6:06 p.m. on 1250 WHNZ.
News on 1250 WHNZ.
A tropical disturbance near the Bahamas could affect Florida. The National Hurricane Center says they're monitoring a weak area of low pressure in the Atlantic, but the chance of a storm formation is still low. Florida is improving in the fight against opioid abuse, posting a 13% decrease in overdose deaths. But Palm Beach County State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg says fentanyl deaths are increasing.
Today's opioid epidemic has morphed into a fentanyl epidemic. That is now the leading killer.
She pulled off the upset as a Democrat winning a state House seat in a conservative district in Sarasota County. Now Margaret Good has her sights set on an even tougher race, a seat in Congress. Good has announced plans to challenge incumbent Republican Vern Buchanan, who won re-election to his seat in 2018 by 8 points. With Florida's News, I'm Chris Trankman.
From the 1250 WHNZ Florida Central Auto Loans Traffic Center.
On eastbound State Road 54 at Livingston, an accident partially blocks the travel lane. I work in the right lane southbound on 66th Street at 78th Avenue North in Pinellas County. Also an accident reported in Clearwater, Cleveland, and Myrtle. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Edith Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line at 866-545-9595.
This report is sponsored by Ashley Home Store.
Ashley Home Store is breaking all the rules by bringing Black Friday to July. It's your last chance to save up to 50% or get no interest for 72 months with no minimum purchase. Hurry in, shop, and save today. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Today we decided to walk to school. The right counted. 15, 14, 31? 13? We took a left on Carroll Street. Danny's smart, but he gets distracted. I realized he forgot his homework. I hope he doesn't have another bad day at school.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org. Brought to you by Understood and the Ad Council.
Pros do it right by choosing trusted brands like Zinsser and Little Giant. Lowe's is here to help by stocking those brands at savings you can count on every day. For over 150 years, Zinsser has been the problem solver professionals trust to make the job easier. Pick up a gallon of Zinsser Bullseye 2 Primer Plus Sealer today for as low as $17.08. And we now offer the Little Giant King Combo Ladder, the world's first step, extension, and leaning ladder for only $159. For your next job, and every job after, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. U.S. only.
From the 1250 WHNZ Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center. Rely on Rude.
Your Tampa Bay forecast, a mix of sun and clouds today with a 40% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, high 91. Tonight, clearing skies, low 76. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a 50-50 rain chance with a high 90. For more news, weather, and traffic, tune to WFLA at 94.5 in St. Pete, 105.9 in Tampa, or 99.1 in Newport Richey.
This report is sponsored by Walgreens. At Walgreens, your day doesn't have to stop for diabetes. Get expert diabetes advice 24/7. Find all major brands of testing supplies like Walgreens TrueMetrics, and download tools to help you stay on track. Stop by and talk to your Walgreens pharmacist today.
Mark Levin is now on 1250 WHNZ.
The president is standing up to the growing anti-Semitism in the Democrat Party, the growing anti-Americanism in the Democrat Party. You may not agree with everything he says, but he's trying to stand up to it. Unlike the New York Times in the 1930s, which refused to make a big issue of the extermination of the European Jews.
Hear Mark Levin, weeknights at 7 on 1250 WHNZ.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. Ancient Nutrition, nutrition for a modern world. Reviva Labs, the natural skincare authority. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Here's the LTN health question of the day. If you're a regular listener, you may be wondering, wait a minute, he usually does this at the end of the show. We're doing it at the bottom of the second hour because we want to give more people an opportunity to participate in the question and to serve as a way to connect and make contact with people. Here's the question. In the United States, what I'm changing the question, Katie. What percent of adults consume caffeine every day? Well, let me just put it this way. 80% of adults consume caffeine every day in the U.S., okay? What is the average adult intake of caffeine every day? 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams, or 300 milligrams? 80% of adults consume caffeine every day. The average adult in the United States consumes how much caffeine every day, on average? 100, 200, or 300 milligrams? Here's the number to call to make contact and be a winner.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
Brian, welcome back. All your products contain caffeine, right?
Correct.
Good. I think I'm a fan, and I find myself, when I drink a Celsius, I drink the one that's sweetened with stevia. As you know, I like that one. You have two drinks that are not carbonated, the green tea drinks, right?
Correct.
All the others are carbonated, and you find that the consumers like the carbonation.
Yeah, certainly carbonation is king right now with beverages. At least we see that trend.
Okay, carbonation, people do like that. What is the best-selling SKU that you have?
Number one, and it's always been number one, is our orange flavor.
What's
Sparkling orange.
Sparkling orange.
Yeah.
That's been the number one seller of all the SKUs that you have.
It has, and that just seems to be across the board. Now, per channel or per outlet is going to vary, but just as a company, it's always been orange.
Why do you think that is? Do people think?
My personal opinion.
Yes.
Is that, orange in the morning is good. People used to drink orange juice all the time. I used to always drink orange juice.
Brian, I swear to you, I was going to say orange. I swear to you, I was going to say orange juice, but I thought, that's ridiculous.
Right.
I'll sound stupid. Are you serious? That's what you believe?
And that's my personal opinion.
I happen to agree. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I like orange. I like that. I do.
Yeah, it's great in the morning. It's great for breakfast. So on the way to work, you grab an orange. On the way, if you're going to do an early morning workout, orange is always good. It's not a flavor that you're not going to be in the mood for in the morning, I don't think. So,
all right.
Good in the afternoon, too.
All right, let's go to Palm Harbor, Florida. I'm familiar with Palm Harbor. I've been there a few times myself. And Mildred lives there in Palm Harbor. Mildred, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
Oh, thank you.
So, the average in the United States, 80% of adults consume caffeine. The question is, on average, how much do those 80% of adults consume? 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams, or 300 milligrams?
Oh, my goodness. I'll guess 3. You've been fading in and out. You know what? I thought you were going to ask a question about Celsius, because I buy it all the time.
Okay, well, my reason for asking this question has something to do with Celsius. 300 milligrams is not the right answer, though.
Oh, dear.
I'm sorry.
When the girl asked me, I said the second one.
Yeah. So, but 300's not the right one.
Oh, dear. Okay.
That's all right. You've won many times in the past.
I have.
Are you doing well?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, are you taking care of yourself?
Yeah, I buy in the Celsius. I get it.
Tell Brian.
They sell it all over, but I buy it where I get the best price for it.
Tell Brian how old you are.
Oh, dear.
Ron, are you in your 60s? Are you in your 60s, 70s, or 80s?
The later one.
80s. Okay, Brian. This is a listener. This is a listener, and she's in her 80s, and she drinks Celsius.
That's right.
And so you're not surprised by that, Brian?
Not at all.
Not at all. Mildred, I'm so sorry you missed the answer today. I love giving you prizes, but you call. It'll just give you another reason to call me again.
Okay.
Thank you for your support. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Brian said he appreciates you, Mildred, and so do we. Katie, have you ever had a Celsius?
I have not, but I think I told you guys last time I did see them in the vending machines at the Goodwill by my house.
She saw them at the vending machine in the Goodwill Center by her house.
I don't do carbonation.
That's so crazy to me that it's there. That just proves that we can be sold in any outlet.
Katie doesn't do carbonation, but they have non-carbonated drinks.
I remember last time I was saying I need to try that because I thought all of them were carbonated, and I just learned that they're not. So now I'm willing to try them. Brian,
next time you come to Tampa, will you bring some non-carbonated beverages for Katie and some of the stevia sweetened drinks for me?
For sure.
And then Gary wants a 6-pack of Bud. No. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Gary likes his cola.
I know he does. He's sporting a new haircut. He looks as if Barbara's Revenge. I don't know what he's almost shaved it off altogether, but he sort of looks like you.
He's going back to the military.
When are you going to come to Tampa next?
You know, I was hoping to be there today, and I apologize. I have to fly out early tomorrow morning, or else I would have been there. So I apologize. I'm shooting for next month.
Okay.
In August. I'm just trying to get my schedule figured out.
All right. We love
I could clone myself.
We love it when you come into the studio, and if nothing else, bring Katie a couple of the non-carbonated. I want her to try and see what she thinks.
Yes.
Katie's new to the show. You never met Katie, right?
I have not. No.
Okay, you'll get a chance to meet Katie. So.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And
so you're a San Francisco football player fan and a Detroit baseball player fan. I see. Those are the emblems.
San Francisco was my favorite team growing up as a kid. I had the whole room decked out in San Francisco 49er gear. It's funny that I like the 49ers so much growing up in Ohio. I'm really excited to be a Browns fan. But for some reason, I just always loved that Joe Montana,
Notre Dame,
Steve Young, kind of Jerry Rice combo.
Yeah.
Joe Montana, Notre Dame.
Is that Detroit baseball team logo behind you too?
No, that's actually from my high school.
Okay.
It's over Ohio, where I'm from.
We got one more segment with Brian Aliciano. We got the health question out there. We'll get that, and also.
Have you experienced the wisdom of nature with Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter? Zyflamend is a 10-herb blend that delivers 3 health benefits. First, Zyflamend is an herbal approach to pain relief, helping to soothe minor pain or soreness. Second, Zyflamend is a joint supplement with time-tested herbs to support joint function and flexibility. And the third benefit, Zyflamend supports the body's healthy inflammation response, something that's essential for maintaining whole body health. Zyflamend is New Chapter's clinically tested blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, ginger, and green tea. Zyflamend is non-GMO, project verified, gluten-free, and 100% vegetarian. New Chapter is a leader in supplement quality. Every ingredient, every product, every time. Discover Zyflamend, New Chapter's #1 selling multi-herbal. Zyflamend is made with ginger for occasional pain relief after exercise. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The
the ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Have you been putting off a cleanse? They can be harsh and leave you chained to the toilet, making for an overall unpleasant experience. Rethink your cleanse with Fluorescence, a daily cleanse that helps safely and gently detoxify your body. Unlike other detoxes that can be hard on the body, Fluorescence supports your body's natural processes, helping it to work more efficiently than it could on its own. The truth is your body is really good at cleansing, but due to the number of toxins we're exposed to, it can use a little daily support. Inspired by traditional OBGYN formula, Fluorescence is made with 8 herbs: burdock root, watercress, sheep sorrel herb, slippery elm, rhubarb root, kelp, blessed thistle, and red clover blossom. These herbs work together to support multiple elimination pathways, gently helping your body's detox systems do what they were made to do, only better. Forget harsh extreme cleanses and cleanse happy. Try Fluorescence for gentle daily cleansing that leaves you feeling rejuvenated. Find Fluorescence at your local health food store. For more information, visit florahealth.com.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural factors where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
That's right, Live Fit, Celsius. It's a wonderful fitness drink, lifestyle drink. The compounds, the chemicals that are in it are not deleterious to your health. It does have caffeine in it. On average, and here's a hint for the health question of the day today. There's about 200 milligrams per can on average in a Celsius drink. Am I right about that, Brian?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
The health question for today is, on average, typically 80% of the population in the U.S. consumes caffeine every day. Of that 80%, how much do they consume on average? We know it's not 300 milligrams a day because Mildred said that, and that's not the right answer. So it's either 100 or 200. So 80% of the population consumes caffeine every day. On average, how much do they consume? 100 milligrams or 200? Here's a number to call. Win a $25 supplement gift card. This is easy.
877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK.
So, Brian, how many different I know in the business you call them SKUs. Let me just put it simple. How many flavors do you have now?
There's 9 flavors in our original lineup.
9 flavors. Okay. And you have some of the products are they designed for people that are exercising, lifting weights, doing that are exceptionally involved in physical activity?
Really, the company started in the fitness channel. So it started with people that are active, going to the gym, and then it just morphed into being a fit lifestyle beverage. That's why it's being sold now at grocery stores, convenience stores, CVS, pharmacies, et cetera, and even, as Katie mentioned, the vending unit she saw it at.
Yeah, she saw it at a vending unit at Goodwill, which is kind of interesting. And I jokingly said, well, do you have it in vending machines in hospitals? And then I said it as a joke, and he said, well, we're working on that.
We are.
The doctors would appreciate that because many of especially the interns that are and the residents that are, up all night and they get all those horrible assignments working many hours, they probably would find that useful to them, wouldn't they?
Certainly.
Yeah. Which one do you like the most?
My favorite right now is our newest one, the Fuji Apple Pear.
Fuji Apple Pear. Fuji Apple Pear. Now, is that Fuji that kind of Fuji apple? Is that what you're talking about?
Correct. Yes.
Fuji Apple Pear. And do you taste the apple?
Samples of that.
Okay. Can you taste the apple and the pear together? Can you really sort them out?
You really can. It's the way that the flavor system is comprised. It's a crisp apple flavor up front, and then a pear finish at the end. So you can have a pear aftertaste.
Yum! That sounds so good.
See? Yeah.
Katie's already hooked. She hasn't even tried it.
And I'm excited about it.
Yeah. See? But that's carbonated, Katie. That's carbonated.
It is.
I might have to do a little carbonation.
Why don't you like carbonation? Why?
I just never had soda growing up, so I'm a very basic drinker. I drink water, unsweet tea. I don't like sweet tea. I don't like soda. It's not for any health reasons. I just don't do any carbonation. I don't like carbonated beverages.
It's interesting. You're unusual. Are you a millennial?
I am.
Yeah.
A very unusual millennial, but I am.
Yeah, I get that. So young, middle-aged, and elderly, like Mildred called in. She's in her 80s. She drinks Celsius. She learned about that on this show. You realize that, right, Brian?
Great, I love that.
Yeah, I know you do.
That's really what it's about, right? Is education. Once we educate the consumer on what our brand is, and then the key, like I always say, is cans in hand. We get our can in someone's hand for them to try it. Once they taste it, they realize it tastes good. They touch it, they read it, they feel it. They feel good about themselves, and they realize all the extra health benefits. They're already hooked. The question is always, why haven't I had this longer in my life?
Mm-hmm. And you do feel a lift. The health question of the day is how. The answer is found in a Celsius can, because it turns out that the average number of milligrams consumed per day in America is the average number of caffeine in milligrams found in a Celsius drink. Is it 100 milligrams or 200 milligrams that Americans consume on average every day in terms of caffeine? 80% of Americans. 877-897-8255. Is it 100 or 200 milligrams? It's the same amount as found in a Celsius can. And Brian gave you the answer earlier. So be a winner and give us a call at 877-897-8255. What's the cutoff for having children drink this? Where should you begin drink? At what age should people begin drinking it, or they could drink it?
As a company and just been involved in sports nutrition for so long, I've always said this, and I think it's true to always say, is 18 years old should be the cutoff. Really, because that's when you're an adult, you can make decisions for yourself. And it's not just our drink. I would highly recommend that for any sports nutrition drink out there, unless consulted by a doctor or a guardian. apparent.
Yeah. Given what young people do these days, I don't know. Drinking some caffeine in comparison to some of the other deleterious things that they're caught up in is the least of worries. Let's go to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Charlotte lives in Philly. Charlotte, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
Thank you. Good to hear you.
It's good to hear you. How's everything in Philly? How are you doing up there?
Hot.
And humid, right? Hot and humid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hot and humid, yes.
Do you live within the city or outside of Philly?
Outside.
Outside of Philly. You grew up there?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. It's pretty good there. Philadelphia's pretty nice. Pittsburgh's pretty good. They're on the opposite sides of the state of Pennsylvania, but I've been to Philadelphia many times. They're very similar. Good, hardworking people there. How many milligrams of caffeine do 80% of the population consume every day? 100 milligrams or 200?
I think it's 200.
Yeah, and that's the average number of milligrams of caffeine in a Celsius drink. What a coincidence.
Exactly. Yes.
Thank you, Charlotte, for listening to the show. Thanks for participating in the health question. Give us a call anytime you want. We love having you as a listener. Thank you. And Brian, we love having you on the show. Come see us. We will love to see you in person. Celsius, because your health is your wealth.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store.